Hello friends and fans, it is the 1st of April and yes, we can finally start the group build What If. To get a mood to this group build, I made my own storyline to get deeper in touch with the E-50 I like to build. So let's take a look at my history. But before, I have to say this history is total fictional, had nothing to do with my political views or other things. It's pure my fantasy. So let's start. The Germans started the Ardennes offensive, which is with the code name Die Wacht am Rhein, or the Watch at the Rhine, on the 16th of December in 1944. And they started the attack, and they make big gains in this attack. And they managed to manifest, they managed to stay in Belgium because the weather stays bad. The clouds will not disappear, and the Allied Air Force, or the Allied can't use the Air Force because it stays cloudy. So the Americans have to move troops from the Alsace and from the Vosges to the north to Belgium to support their own troops there, to support the front. And the French forces were not very amused about that, and it became too political stress between the Americans and the French. The Germans noticed that, and they started a second offensive, which was called Nordwind, in the Vosges and the Alsace, and they managed to punch through the lines of the thin outlines of the Americans, and the French managed to stop them. So the Germans make big advantage, or big gains in the Alsace and the Vosges and in Belgium, but they never managed to reach Antwerp. So they reached a statement there, and the offensive ended in the 21st of January 1945. So, but let's also take a look on the other side of the German Reich, of the Deutsche Reich, to the Eastern Front. There was at the same time the battle for Hungary. The Soviets managed to push back the Germans to Hungary, circle around Budapest, and they managed to enclosure 78,000 German soldiers in Budapest. But with the Operation Conrad, the Germans managed to push through this encirclement to reinforce their forces in Budapest. The Germans learned about the flaws they made in Stalingrad, and they managed to hold Budapest with high losses on both sides, on the Ukrainian side and the German side. The Ukrainian troops never managed to capture Budapest is in Romania, Budapest. Because of the high losses the Ukrainians made in Budapest, the Soviets had to station more troops in that area to keep the front line stable there. And they had to thin out their troops, which were positioned further north near the River Oder, to make the push to Germany, or into Germany, over the Silo Heights. On the 15th of February, Germany started an offensive called Frühlingserwachen, or Awakening of the Spring, or Spring Awakening, and they managed to make further gains there as well, and they managed to keep the oil fields in Hungary. Nevertheless, Zhukov started the offensive to Berlin over the Silo Heights. The Germans managed to stop them there because the Russian units were thinned out because they have to send troops to Hungary to stay with them from there. There's also a statement. So the Russians or the Soviets never managed to punch through the line or through the German lines in Silo. Yeah, so there's a statement as well. And Berlin is not full, and the German Reich is not full in May 1945. In April 1945, because the Americans were not coming to northern Germany, or the Brits as well, were not coming to northern Germany, the company of Weserhütte in Bad Oeynhausen managed to finish their E-50. They built them in the Wiehengebirge, or the mountains of Wien, in Mainz, because it was safer for them to work underground or in the underground, because the bomb command can't reach them there. And in the April 1945, the first E-50 left the production lines. The first troops were supplied with E-50s. So that's my little storyline about my what-if build of the E-50. Thank you. Okay, let's start with the inbox review. This is my entry for the group build what if. This is the E-50 Standardpanzer or standard tank from Das Werk. Das Werk is a cooperation from MBK, Modellbaukönig, and Uschi van der Rosten, and the item number is DW3503. I really like that box art. It's quite simple, but I really like it with this ribbon from the Eiserne Kreuz, or from the Iron Cross. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing else. Okay, there's a little side note on this side. Some parts which are inside the Voyager set and the Deagle versions. Yeah, and that's it. The kit itself is from Trumpeter from 2010, I think. Yes, 2010. And this one was a rebox from these two companies and was released in 2017. You have to pay around about 50 euros for that kit, but that's a bargain. If you try to buy the old components which are inside, you have to pay around about 61 euros, and you have to pay around about 30 euros for the Trumpeter kit, the E-50, the gun barrel which is inside, the metal gun barrel, for 6 euros roundabout from Aber. A Voyager model set, 20 euros roundabout from Voyager, I said before, and an extra decal sheet. Can't find the price for that, but I would say around about 5 euros. So you have to pay 61 euros for all components which are inside. So let's take a look inside. Let's open the box, and I will show you all parts which are inside. All parts are originally packed. I never opened that. So let's start with the Ava set. The Ava set is the Voyager set. We have extra grills, we have the side skirts, we have extra armament. Everything is inside here. Also antenna. I would say that's an antenna. Chains, everything made in PE. I'm not the biggest fan of PE. PE is great, but I can't work with them. I'm not very good with working with PE. You also have the instruction sheet for the PEs, for the PE parts here. Come on. This is the instruction sheet, and you can see we have the roof armor for the turret. We have so many things. There's a lot inside in this package. Normally you have to pay 20 euros for that on its own. So, as I mentioned, we have gunmetal barrel, which is very nice. You can also see the grooves or Felder called in Germany, inside the rifling. So that's it, the rifling. You can see the rifling inside. It must be an 88 or 75, I'm not sure. We will see it later. Very nice. Plunk. We have inside this box is the turret. As I said, everything is originally packed. And this is the Schmalturm, called Schmalturm. We have really nice details on it. Nearly no, there's no flesh inside. The numbers inside there. Yeah, really nice. What I really like is that extra packaging for the turret. So, to protect it in the box. Well, the next sprue we have, we'll not put this out. These are the clear parts, the vision blocks, that's it. And some copper wire. Very nice. We have, from the fire just set, copper wire again. It's in here. We have resin parts, like for tow cables and everything else. We also have a metal rod in there too, well, metal wire. It's also very nice. Then the hull. This is the lower hull. The Knister. Zack. And the lower hull is a bathtop type. Very nice. Nothing fancy, but nothing. Yeah. There's a small edge here. It's not. I'm going to have to rework this little edge here, but that's it. Everything is fine. Plastic is very sturdy. Yeah, this will I show you later. The upper part of the hull. So you can see that the tank is really big later when you finish that. The details are very crisp, they are very nice. The metal plates are maybe a bit too soft. There's no extra texture on the surface, but the rest is fine. A lot of marks on the inside, but you will not see them later. Yeah, quite well made. So, and yeah, then we have every screw is an extra bag. I have to say that before. Oh, I think I have to open that before next time, before I start to lose a lot of time opening this little plastic bags. So we have the gun barrel. The gun barrels, there are more than one. If you don't have the metal gun barrel, you have two halves, and that's not so nice. You have to glue them together, you have to sand them down and everything, and so you have, or in this kit you have the a metal gun, which is way better. Yeah. So the only thing you have to know you need there is these parts. Then the next sprue is parts of the turret. I have to mention there's no flash. Very nice. Oh, bad preparation from my side. So this is the next sprue. This is parts of the turret. This is the front part, the back part, the cupola for the commander, and a lot of small things. Very nice. It looks like there's ER vision blocks there, or not ER vision block. There's a night vision parts or equipment on this tank, which is what I really like. And 2 sprues in one bag. I think these are the rollers. The suspension and the rollers. The road wheels, they look very nice. They look all the same. This is the suspension, the Antriebszahnkranz. It's called the sprocket wheel, so that's it, and the exhaust. And again, every part is really nice and detailed and very nice molded. This one is the same like that one, left and right side. And the last sprue which is inside is this one. This one are the side skirts and the back plate of the hull. And yeah, that's it. Not a lot of sprues in this tank. So it's the last one. This is the hatch for the engine compartments, the grills, the side skirts, which will be later replaced with, if you like, with the photo etched parts, the back plates, and yeah, really nice here. Some entrenching tools there, and yeah, that's it. The only really bad part, despite of the 2-part gun, are these rubber band tracks. And they're made of vinyl, and yeah, they are fine. Can't say anything else. They are fine, but not the best. And I have some full tracks, full metal tracks. I think they are better. I will show them to you later. But if you don't have the free kits, or tracks, you can work with them. But they're not my favorite. They're floppy and the color doesn't stick very well on them. So it's a hassle to work with them. So, and what I like to show you as well are this little decal shade. This is made by MBK, or an extra MBK decal sheet. This is normally not in the E-50, and there are 3 divisions. I think these are the guys from Berlichen, SS, Panzergrenadier-Regiment, and two others. I'm not sure which one. We'll show that later, but this one is good from Berlichen. Can I show you that more detailed? They look very nice, they're very thin, well done. And this is the paper sheet to protect them. Good. That's every part inside. The last thing I can show you are the instructions. So here they are. As I mentioned before, the E-50 is normally a trumpeter kit, and of course they use the instructions from this kit. On the first side is a box art of not a box art, a picture of the E-50. Some safety advices, all parts which are inside the box, and here you can, here's the first steps of the assembly. And normally, as always, you start with the road wheels, with the tracks, with the suspension, and so on. I will not show you everything here. This is the work on the hull, the mounting of the tracks, the back plate of the hull with the exhaust, mounting the back plates, all extra stuff on the upper part of the hull, here as well, putting together the upper and the lower part of the hull, and the turrets.
And yeah, you have some different versions. As I mentioned before, you can choose between 2 different guns. This is the one gun. I think this is a 75 gun. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the 75 and this is the 88 version. And yeah, then you can attach the turret. There is no painting advice inside. I'm not sure if there were or if there weren't, but that's everything which is inside. So, conclusion. If you like to build E-50 out of the box, you can also take the trumpeter kit, but you have to live with the 2-part barrels, and you have to live with the rubbish vinyl tracks. If you want to put more effort in your tank, you have to buy the gun barrel made of metal. You have to buy a PE part, or you have to buy PE parts, and yeah. When you buy the kit from Das Werk, everything is complete inside without proper tracks. So I think you can save a lot of money when you buy the box from the Das Werk than if you try to buy everything else or extra. Yeah, that's it. I hope you liked my little inbox review, my little history advice, or my little history view. And yeah, let's start with the build.